Hey, this is Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour. Welcome back. We're doing a show today on trust, both having it and losing it and getting it back again, which is kind of what life is all about, you know. And we've gone through several things. And one of the things I want you to remember is that the truth of the matter is that if someone or something you once had trust in has broken that trust, the only say you have in rebuilding that trust is being open to whatever actions are put into rebuilding the trust. Remember, that's a we thing. It's not an I thing or a they thing. So think about that. You want to read a quote?
Yeah, there's
Susan?
a quote. It has to deal with politics in the American public.
Yeah.
It says, it's by Charles Krauthammer. It says, every 2 years, the American politics industry fills the airwaves with the most virulent, scurrilous, wall-to-wall character assassination of nearly every political practitioner in the country, and then declares itself puzzled that America has lost trust in its politicians. Well, that's a big duh.
No, so what he's saying is God, they beat each other up and they say bad things about everybody, and then out of it, we're supposed to just trust everybody.
That's what I got.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
I know, it's really amazing, absolutely amazing. Now, trust. How do we open up when trust has been broken? Well, first of all, we have to give up the fear of, my gosh, we're going to lose a body part if we do. Then you have to forgive, and that's a big one, ladies and gentlemen. You have to forgive. And then you have to give up making the other guy wrong or the other girl wrong. You know what I mean?
The other person.
Thank you. The other person wrong. That keeps me getting in trouble. Mm-hmm. And then you have to give up making assumptions like I'm sure what they mean is, and I'm sure what they're really going to do is, and I just flat don't trust them. And I know I'm right about it, okay? So you have to give all that up. And then remember I said the only way you can rebuild trust after trust has been lost is to communicate. To say, hey, I got to learn to trust you again. And we got to work that. They got to work that out, right, Susan? Mm-hmm. That's some of the stuff we're going through, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really cool. Now, so it's like full and complete communication. And then 6, you brought up at the end of the last segment, was accountability. I mean, how you can say all you want to say, but if you don't take action and consistent action in rebuilding the trust won't get rebuilt. So it takes being held accountable for rebuilding the trust. All right.
And that brings us to another quote.
What?
Alfred Adler says, trust only movement. Life happens at the level of events, not of words. Trust movement.
Got it. So that means the actions you take, consistently over time will rebuild the trust.
Yes.
It's not just what you say. Right? You can say, you can trust me. I'm sorry, you can trust me. But the truth is, you're going to be watched. And you got to be open to being watched because the other person has to be able to build the muscle of trust again. It's really amazing.
Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, it's like the same problems we have with CJ or Elizabeth or whoever. It's like when they break our trust, when they don't do what they say they're going to do, and they go out and do things that cause major problems in the family, we lose trust in them. Mm-hmm. And they learn that when the trust is lost. Okay, so it's a good learning lesson for them, but how as a parent do you learn to give trust back again? And it takes practice over time. Remember how CJ has always wanted, well, Dad, that happened 2 weeks ago. I said, well, I don't trust you yet. So it's all about what he has to do, how much time has to go by, how many times I see him do the right thing before I can trust that he will do the right thing. So it's really amazing, okay? Now, in conclusion today, living from a place where you doubt that people will do what they say they're going to do, where you question the sincerity of everyone and everything, is an uncomfortable place to be and clearly no fun. And the key to trusting when it appears that you will have little trust in is in who you choose to be in the face of in the circumstance of your life. So it's about how you choose your team. It's about what you do and how you trust and how you can forgive quickly and how you understand that human beings sometimes aren't their words. Mm-hmm. So trust is something you put out into the world, believing the overall goodness of other people or of humanity. Mm-hmm. I wish I could just trust the government that they're going to turn around this financial problem. I just don't, okay? And I don't know what I'm going to do, but I have to change because I don't think they are. Okay, so you have to remember one thing. We all make mistakes, and it's in our actions, the things that we do to clean up mistakes, that makes or breaks the ultimate bond of trust, okay? So don't judge other people. Just keep going, and if you make a mistake, clean up your act and keep moving. So do you want to say something?
Well, I just want to say that trust begins with you.
Trust begins with you, right. Trust begins with forgiveness of you. So.
I've got a Billy on the phone.
Hi. Hello, Billy.
Hey.
Hey.
If you've been trusting and you end up getting hurt, how do you go about doing that again? I mean, it's just the government does it and the people do it and this and that and the other.
Yeah, well, you have to be a part of the resolve and have to get people, especially in the government, that you can trust that are going to do, what you believe, and then you have to participate. You just can't sit there and judge and make wrong. So you have to get out there and get involved in it, and that's really what it's all about. Okay?
Got it. Thank you.
Oh, you betcha. Okay. How much time we got? 1 minute. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so real quick, the show's been on trust and, quite frankly, how to get it back after you lost it. And if you're in the human race, you're going to have to learn how to do that. Last but not least is the third annual Special Olympics Car Classics Show fundraiser. It's going to be out at the Santa Barbara City College on the West Campus of Green Meadow on Saturday, October 4th. Get on out there between 9 and 3. And Susan and I want to thank you for listening. All right. I'm Clay Nelson. This is the Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour on KZSB AM 1290 in Santa Barbara.